This is the Kitsune clan, a group of sword enthusiasts who like cosplay, reenactment, and historical martial arts. If you have similar interests, feel welcomed.
The Shuko or Tekagi is a famous weapon from Japan. Where I live in Germany, these things are illegal, so I have to take rubber versions of them. The weapon is especially famous for being able to catch a sword. Yet, Nine Directions, linked below, has pointed out that this should only be an emergency strategy and that it would be better to let the sword pass and then grasp the sword with the Tekagi. The reality of passing has been discussed by SellswordArts, also linked below. We can explore here a bit how other short weapons deal with the sword. A tanto, for example, can simply be thrown at the attacker, but that doesn't seem to be a good option for the Tekagi. When not throwing the tanto, it is still not used for trying to block or receive the sword. Instead, it is common to use it to cut the hands of the sword wielder. Ultimately, it's the pain that stops the attack. And that's the reason why this is so much no fun of training these types of techniques. Especially now as it's getting colder, getting a rubber knife drawn across your knuckles is really painful. Yet it also lets you guess the effectiveness if already a rubber knife will stop an attack. But let's not stop here. Let's get more painful. Instead of cutting, we can stab into the attacking hand, which, even with this rubber thingy that bends off, it really hurts. The idea is simply to repel the attack through pain. That's how porcupines, hedgehogs, or many caterpillars fend off predators. So, why not using the same principle with the Tekagi? As you can see here, it works very well and is very effective. It is less painful than catching the blade and easier performed than trying to evade the blade and then grab it, but it's still not my preferred way of using the Tekagi. Going back to the knife can help us here again. If we want to deflect the sword with a knife, then it's better if the knife is not our only weapon. As you can see here, we have combined a wakizashi type sword with a knife. Overall, this gives a bit of a feel of espada y daga in Filipino martial arts. The longer blade of the wakizashi is used to receive the attack, so to protect us directly, and the knife is used to attack the hand, by this trying to repel the attack, removing force from it in addition. Like before, cuts or stabs into the hand are painful and not fun to train. This also applies to the cases where we use the Tekagi to attack the hand. Although it's not fun to train like that, I really think that this is a very practical way of using a short weapon for deflecting a sword. So why don't you reverse it? Use the longer blade for cutting into the hand and the shorter one for protecting you. Well, that's possible, but it's clearly more risky. In any case, attacking the attacking hand has a lot of advantages. You can demotivate the attacker, and it's much easier to perform a disarm afterwards if some of the fingers are hurt. If this combination works well with a short knife, why should it not work well with a Tekagi? So instead of using two Tekagi and nothing else, I suggest to use either a wakizashi and one Tekagi in the other hand, or why not using two Tekagi in addition to a sword? The pain in the hand of the attacker will not only come as a surprise, also you can use the left hand to maximize your efforts by using half sword or even stab with left. We should think more flexible when it comes to the Tekagi. Try, for example, mounting it the other way round. As always, we hope we could inspire some of you. See you around next time.